WNN. Talk health. Talk wealth. Talk politics. Talk 1470. WNN.
The opinions expressed on the following sponsored program are strictly those of the host, guests, and callers, and not necessarily those of this station, its staff, management, or sponsors. Welcome to Kiss My Biz, your weekly reality business show, where each week a business owner joins our good cop and bad cop duo looking for real but informative business solutions and resources to grow your business. Our good cop, Claude Jenkins, has a diverse career ranging from government, corporations, and management consultant. He is the Vice President of Operations at Global Business Development Center and a guardian angel for most businesses. Annette Gray, a.k.a. Bad Cop, is the President and owner of Global Business Development Center. She has 20 years experience in management, economic development, and marketing in the private and public sector. She is passionate about developing entrepreneurs. Let's join our dynamic duo as they place another business owner in the hot seat and find out if they are ready to kiss their business with love. Or is today the day they kiss their business goodbye?
Good evening and welcome to Kiss My Biz. This is Annette Gray, your bad cop, and you'll see shortly that I am minus a good cop and a guest. I apparently have chased them all away with my bad cop antics. So while we wait for them to join us, I just want to cover a few things. Hopefully you are listening to us at globalbusinessdevelopmentcenter.com. And I hope you have seen our Valentine's Day classroom specials. We have classes coming up every Wednesday in February. They are at no cost to you, and they're designed to actually help you get prepared to grow and manage your business and give you some insight into how to write a business plan. So we will be covering pricing. We will be covering how to employ effective employees and how to manage your business for profitability and 10 steps from writing a successful business plan. So those are some of the things that we have coming up at Global Business Development Center. If you did want to call us with a question, we are at 888-565-1470. And please call and talk to me so that I have someone to talk to today. While we wait for our guests to join us. So if you've been following the show, we've had several guests, and primarily I think maybe we should talk to production about renaming the show Marketing Advice Show or something along those lines. So far we've had guests who are very interested in talking about marketing. Marketing seems to be a challenge for a lot of our guests and even our subject matter experts. We are scheduled to have our guest today is Hubert McIntosh from Remap, which is an accounting firm here in South Florida. He's scheduled to be our guest and our subject matter expert because we know tax time is upon us, and we definitely do need some tips about how to navigate the tax season this year. There are many changes. So as we continue to wait for our guests to join us and our good cop, wanted to just talk to you a little bit about a question I got from a client today. And that question is primarily, again, a marketing question. How does one know when to pull their marketing plan and adjust it? And my answer to that question is always let that action be determined by your customers, your client, and the marketplace. If you're seeing changes in your marketplace or your consumer behaviors, your customer behaviors, those are good indicators of time that it is time to go ahead and take a look at that plan. Because again, your consumers and their spending habits and patterns is what going to drive the success of your business. So that's there's another option, of course, if you are interested in expanding or adding a product line and you wanted to test something in the marketplace or add a different element of promotion to your marketing, it's always also a good time to take a look at that plan. So give us a call again at 888-565-1470 with any question, and listen to us at globalbusinessdevelopmentcenter.com.
Welcome back to Kiss My Biz, where we have another business owner on the hot seat. If you can't stand the heat, don't get in the kitchen. Our good cop, bad cop duo continues. Global Business Development Center is a one-stop shop boutique firm specializing in services for public and private organizations, small businesses, and entrepreneurs looking to establish, grow, or improve their profit margin. The organization is primarily dedicated to help clients explore new markets, as well as startup and expansion opportunities by providing training, support services, funding, and business development resources. Call today, 561-894-4500, or visit our website, www.globalbusinessdevelopmentcenter.com. We provide products for business owners at every stage of business development, from idea feasibility through startup, growth, and expansion. We use state-of-the-art technology, including webinars, as well as video and phone conferencing to meet the needs of our clients globally. Call today, 561-894-4500, and get your business started in the right direction. Are you in need of legal representation and just can't find a legal team that understands your dilemma? Cousins Law Firm is a cohesive blend of attorneys and legal assistants of diverse backgrounds and cultures. This broad scope of experience gives them a well-rounded and fresh perspective on cases and client needs. They have offices to serve clients across the nation, specifically West Palm Beach, Florida. Call today, 561-835-1727, or visit the website www.cousinslawfirm.com. The firm's logo, the white horse, is a biblical symbol of truth, humility, and justice, principles on which they base their practice. Their goals at Cousins Law Firm is to provide full service and satisfaction to their clients during every step of representation. Call today, 561-835-1727, and get the best representation you deserve. Welcome back to Kiss My Biz, where we have another business owner on the hot seat. If you can't stand the heat, don't get in the kitchen. Our good cop, bad cop duo continues to challenge today's business owners to take on the 21st century business world fearlessly. Now, back to our show.
Welcome back to Kiss My Biz. I am Annette Gray, your bad cop, and here with us now is our good cop,
Claude Jenkins.
Claude Jenkins. So we have a little bit of a production question or a different format today because
yes,
of
I am
circumstances.
I am the fill-in today, ladies and gentlemen.
So what do you want to talk about today, Freddie?
I wanted to talk about, as you know, AMP does a lot of productions for a lot of people throughout the industry, and a lot of people have been trying to mimic what you guys have accomplished in such a short period of time. You actually do very well in bringing people onto the show, though I keep saying that you have a limited amount of time because we always run out of time. But I just want to know how you guys came up with this idea to help people not only put shows on the air because you put them in the seat, but also to take their businesses forward. What you do is a marvelous job giving them an opportunity, not only that, but to get monies to make their business grow, to put it into production and everything else. How'd you come up with that?
Well, I think after years of doing this, you recognize that there's a certain need in the marketplace, and I think all business really should try to be motivated by need in the marketplace. I think a lot of people come up with a business idea and they go, Eureka, that's a great idea, and they go out and they do it. It's not necessarily predicated on consumers or consumer need. So for years I've had clients telling me, you know, radio is expensive, advertising, different advertising mediums are expensive. They're looking for a way to promote and grow their business that is cost effective.
And limited. And I think your guest is here.
Oh, yay.
Yes, but that's a good point because people, just to end the point, people do this, they take out an ad which runs maybe once or twice and that's it. You are expanding this even further along. And I'm in your seat, so we're going to switch. We were just touching on what we do for...
Well, we'll finish the point. The point being that any organization, large or small, is always looking for an opportunity to grow their business. And the marketplace is not always set up in such a way to accommodate small budgets or those particular needs. So we decided to take a little bit of the coaching, infomercial, information-driven platform and meld it all together to be able to help not only those that are listening, but those who are on the show.
And to also be able to reduce the cost down to bare bones where it was affordable to the person who was coming on board.
Oh, absolutely. And I don't think here cost, this is not particularly a revenue generator. It is designed to really give quality information to listeners and our guests. And at the same time, it is a promotional tool for Global Business Development Center because now we do have an audience that is dedicated to listening to the show weekly.
There we go, dear.
So with that said, we do have a guest with us, Hubert McIntosh, and you might remember the name because he was with us a few weeks ago as a subject matter expert in the tax, accounting, and tax industry. So, Hubert, welcome.
Thank you very much, Annette.
Glad you made it.
Yes, I apologize. The traffic was a bear. I thought I had ample time, but the traffic in Boca was a bit heavy. But that's not a good excuse, but I'm here.
Well, welcome to South Florida during season. It no longer takes 30 minutes to get anywhere. So, the first half of the show, this week, you're on as a guest. And you remember the platform of the show is our guests provide us with a question or subject matter that they might be struggling with. And I know one of the things that you've been doing is expanding recently, which is good news.
Absolutely, thank you.
So what do you want to talk about today? What is some of the challenges going along with the expansion?
One of the things we have recently added to our firm is, as you know, we're primarily an accounting and a tax firm. But what we found, a lot of our clients needed guidance in the going through the maze in their estate planning and so forth. And, you know, we as a firm used to refer them out to different associates or collaboration, different financial advisors and so forth. And what they encountered was not very pretty in that they felt like they were just being upsell. Somebody was just trying to sell them something because that person did not know them. So what we have added in our firm is financial services, and we are, so part of it is marketing that product, you know, so I'm glad you asked that question, and I guess I'm on the right show to get some of that guidance.
Well, definitely you are, but I know you well. I've known you for years. You are our preferred vendor, CPA firm, preferred vendor for Global Business Development Center. And it is nice to talk about, a lot of our guests talk about negative impacts on their business, so I welcome the opportunity to talk about a growing business and that's having positive impact. I'm glad to see that you're taking on this new direction because it was driven by consumer need.
Yes.
We were just talking about that prior to you joining us. A lot of companies expand because they think it's a good idea, or they see a trend in a particular area of the business, and without any real concrete consumer expressed interest, they decide to go down that road, and only to find out that there is not enough business there to support it.
Yes.
To support it. So when you say you wanted now to expand into giving retirement, asset management and distribution advice in terms of your existing clients, who's your target market for that?
Basically, our target market in this sense, particular, what we found are the clients who are age 55 and plus, because then they're now faced with quite a few of them have large IRAs, and they want guidance in how do I structure my distribution. You know, my financial advisor is not telling me. He told me how to accumulate it, so now I've accumulated. How do I distribute it? And so to make sure that some goes to his grandchildren. Incidentally enough, a lot of these people are more caring about their grandchildren than the children.
Well.
So they want strategies of how to let that stretch.
And I think this is very timely. We're having a generational shift in this country. The baby boomers they have started retiring last year.
Yes, we have.
And yes, we have. And we'll continue over the next 10 years. And I've heard, just horror stories about people retiring in this current economy and not getting good advice about not only how to manage their retirement years, but how to transition.
Yes.
I heard a very horrible story recently where she was a early retiree was just not given the correct information about transitioning. And it really had a huge financial impact on her financial future. So if we're talking about marketing to this generation, there are one of the interesting things, and I know you do have a social media marketing strategic plan because I developed it.
Go girl.
If you may say so yourself.
If I may say so myself. Is baby boomers are the largest growing generation on social media, Facebook in particular. And I know because we had an attorney on a few weeks ago. I know your industry is highly regulated in terms of how you can market, do marketing, and so forth. And I've spoken to some folks in your industry, but becoming a resource, finding a way to become a resource. Even being on this show or any other show, or I know you have an amazing newsletter, just being a resource and being very visible so that those with questions, those who are transitioning, know that you're there.
Right.
Know that you're there. I know we're working on changing your brand a bit.
Yes.
Because now to the naked eye, you look like a tax and accounting firm, and I know we're going to be looking at rebranding. Did you want to share the new name as yet?
Yes. I think because we have moved forward with it, because as it says, and Annette has been very instrumental in this, in that we're looking like an accounting and tax service. So basically when we're telling clients that, hey, we can assist with their distribution, they don't visibly see that until we tell them. So what we have done, we have rebranded just at the embryonic stage. And so our new name will be Wealth Management and Distribution Group LLC, formerly Remap.
Fantastic. I like it. It says what you do, and it's very important. We've had knockdown, drag-out fights about the name Remap in the years I've known you.
Yes.
So I'm glad to see that I was somewhat effective in the new name. Yay.
Yes.
Yes, absolutely. So let's talk a little bit about how you're going to reach your target audience. Claude. Where are baby boomers these days? What are they listening to, reading? Where are they going?
Well, first of all, you're correct as far as we're definitely looking at social media, because it's something, it's like a new toy to us. So being able to move in that direction would be definite. If you're reading the retirement journals, that's all they talk about is social media. So it's it's one direction. Utilizing the retirement genre would also be great, because that's what you're looking for, the people who have the dollars that want to distribute the dollars.
What is a retirement genre?
Oh, like the magazines that are
AARP, the one you bring to the office all the time.
AARP is one of them. Since we put the name out there.
Okay.
But we definitely, it's definitely something that they read religiously. They give back feedback into the magazine. So it's it's another avenue, and it's something that's localized because they're getting it worldwide.
Well, that's interesting. I mentioned ARP, but it's an interesting target market for the magazine. You know, one of the things I say about marketing, you don't necessarily always have to reinvent the wheel. If
Right.
you find a current brand, if you're looking for a luxury brand, and you look at what, you know, American Express is doing, who are they trying to reach, what do their brand look like. So if you can find a parallel company that's speaking to the same audience that you are, and they're doing a good job, then you don't necessarily have to reinvent the wheel. I noticed something about AARP because I got my AARP magazine subscription when I turned 40.
Now, that is different.
And I was not happy about it. So after I went on my mini meltdown rampage, I was told that they're doing something similar to what you're attempting to do, Hubert. They're looking at tapping into their target market before.
There you go.
Before. So they were thinking prevention. They wanted to start talking to the 40-something
Right.
about planning, about the change, about the transition that is about to come, which I find to be very interesting and very proactive. I didn't take the subscription. I'm still offended. But I think it was a good point, especially when it comes to planning for your retirement future. And quite frankly, the boomers are on social media because they're learning how to communicate with
Yes.
their grandchildren, as you
Yes.
said.
Yes.
They want to stay active, they want to stay relevant, and being able to communicate with their children and grandchildren, social media has made a huge impact in that. So I think the takeaway basically is, yes, the brand change is definitely appropriate.
Thank you.
It's driven by a need that you see in your clientele. I know you've gone out and gotten the appropriate licensings and all of those things, so you're definitely solidifying your foundation in terms
Absolutely.
of bringing them on board. And it's interesting that sometimes a brand change or a company change is not really just about the marketing. It's about having your platform and your foundation in a solid and good place so that when you do bring these clients on board, they have a good consumer experience. You know, one of the reasons why I shifted from a marketing company to a business development center
Yes.
is traditionally most clients I ran into, if I actually was successful at doing marketing, they would have gone out of business because they didn't have a platform or a solid business structure to actually support the consumer service or service those new consumers. So I'm excited to hear about the change.
Thank
I know
you.
we will have many more conversations about branding and marketing and expanding and growing the business. So if you had the opportunity now to speak specifically to some of your potential new customers about this, what would you say?
One of the number one thing, and I will even touch on it regarding IRA mistakes. There are some top mistakes out there, and I will give away 2 free tips tonight on this show. One of the number one is seeking to get a second opinion. Sometimes people are so enthralled in the person that they're dealing with and not taking the time to get second opinion. And with our firm, you can that person can get a second opinion without any commitment. You know, it costs nothing much but just to call and schedule a 30-minute free consultation, and they get a second opinion. And with that being said, one other thing about a top IRA mistakes is this required minimum distribution. So I've gone now from the age 50 to 55-year-old to the 70-and-a-half-year-old, because there's a myth there that you have to take it April 15th after you turn 70 and a half. But there can be a mistake. It's not April 15th. It's December 31st of that year.
I
So
see.
your people here now, they're going to have 50% excise penalty from the IRS come April 15th.
Because if
they
they'd taken
thought
it too early.
because they didn't take it December 31st.
Uh-huh.
So that's one of our tips for the evening. So we encourage individuals to call our office 561-623-0241, 561-623-0241. Remap, Real Estate Money Management and Asset Protection, now rebranded Wealth Management and Distribution Group LLC. Hubert McIntosh, thank you very much.
Fantastic job.
Yes,
Fantastic
phenomenal.
job. So, anything we can do in terms of, tell us your who's your avatar? I've heard the age group. I've heard 55 and older. Those looking to retire. Tell us a little bit. Let's make it more concrete. I want someone listening to say he's talking to me.
Okay.
Okay. So who's that ideal customer?
That ideal customer is that individual with an IRA of $100,000, a minimum of $100,000 and whatever. Because
So that's not me. Okay, I won't be calling.
Okay.
I need some time.
well, one of the things we also help individual to get to that level. So
okay.
we don't just target those people. We help individual to get to that level. And as I know, your business also thriving, and it's the best stage to make the plan is as you're growing, not necessarily when you get there.
Right, fantastic. Anything else you want to share with us before you leave?
Well, as I said, I'm looking forward to assisting the public at large, as you know, and we have pointed out, and we believe that we are well positioned. We're two CPAs, you know, my partner and my wife, Jackie Gibbons McIntosh, fellow CPA also, and we're enrolled agents, so we can represent individuals with the IRS. We can represent them in any audits and so forth. So basically, we are a full service firm where they can basically come in and we will satisfy their financial needs, help them with that roadmap to financial success.
That's fantastic. And you know what, Claude, one of the things we get all the time is, you know, Global Business Development Center, you only help businesses, and that is in fact not necessarily true. We got this question last week.
Yes.
We do help individuals to either transition from employment to being a business owner, to assist them with starting and growing a nonprofit organization. And Hubert, you came to mind last week because a young lady came in and she wanted to set up a foundation or some kind of financial instrument that was going to help her to fund a foundation for her son who had passed away early from cancer. And do you know much about that in terms of some of the opportunities that are out there for investment arms for setting up a charitable foundation?
Yes, we can assist individuals in guiding them in that direction also, because we also help with nonprofit and also with foundation. So as I said, we provide it's a full service. So we have structured ourselves so much now that that individual can be there and we can guide them. If there are services that they need, what we have done, we have collaborators, and as you know, Global Development Business Center is one of our collaborators in that there are services that you provide, because especially for our small businesses who are looking to grow, we are not versed in the marketing. So basically what we have done over the years, as you can attest to, we have turned them over to you with developing the business plan for these people so that they have a track to run on.
Absolutely.
So that's how we have structured ourselves with the partners that can assist them so that they have basically a one-stop shop and they can get the information from the people that they trust, because as you know, people do business with those they like and trust.
Absolutely. And I do appreciate you being a strategic alliance partner for the center, and we've enjoyed the relationship as well. We're going to commercial. When we come back, we will be speaking we're done.
We're done. Oh.
We're not coming back. So, Claude, say goodbye.
This is a good cop saying see you next week.
I thought we still had another 15 minutes to go. Oh my, where does the time go? Thank you so much. Have a good week. We'll chat with you again next week.
You've been listening to Kiss My Biz, your weekly reality business show, where each week a business owner joins our good cop and bad cop duo looking for real but informative business solutions and resources to grow your business. Tune in again next time for more Kiss My Biz. The opinions expressed on the preceding